Hello, I'm Philip Cray, President of the Lutheran Theological Seminary at Philadelphia. As a seminary professor, I often have to quiz my students. So here are some questions for you that have to do with the seminary's proud 150-year history. Can you answer them? What colonial period court justice once called the site of our campus his summer home? And which Pennsylvania city bears his name? What is the name of the high-profile shopping mall that today occupies the founding location of this seminary? When the seminary moved to the current Mount Airy location, what was the first building to be built on the campus? How about these questions? Which of our professors have played a key role in translating the Book of Concord? Hint, there was more than one. Which of our professors participated for 35 years in the Lutheran Roman Catholic dialogue, leading to an historic agreement on justification? Who in the world was Jehu Jones? And what is my favorite baseball team? Okay, you won't find the answer to the last question on the seminary's 150th anniversary worldwide website. We hope you do find the answers to the rest of the questions I've raised and more.
It's back in 1517. Reformer Martin Luther sowed the seeds leading to the founding of the Lutheran Theological Seminary at Philadelphia nearly 500 years ago in Germany at the start of the Reformation. Watch as Professor Timothy Wengert, LTSP scholar on the Confessions, traces the legacy that was Reformer Martin Luther's gift.
Indeed, the curricula of LTSP over the past 150 years still reflects Wittenberg's pedagogical revolution by centering this institution's teaching on the Bible, systematic theology, church history, and practical theology. When each year since 1864 people have gathered to listen to professors lecture, to take exams at year's end, to graduate, they are standing in a tradition now over 500 years old.
It's 1742, and colonial lay pioneers had established the earliest Lutheran congregations in North America, but it was Henry Melchior Muhlenberg, arriving in Philadelphia in 1742, who used his remarkable organizational gifts to firmly establish the young Lutheran church on colonial soil. Muhlenberg dreamed of establishing a Lutheran seminary in the Philadelphia area to train Lutheran pastors. Muhlenberg's dream for a seminary in Philadelphia was delayed nearly 100 years. Watch as Dr. Carl Kruger, director of the Krauth Memorial Library, takes us on a Muhlenberg historic journey.
Since Henry Melchior Muhlenberg was not handed a manual, Church Planting in British North America for Dummies, by Ziegenhagen or Franke, he had to figure out how he could sustain the Lutheran witness. And he worked it out slowly and very carefully. And it was absolutely ingenious because he was a phenomenal administrator. And he realized right from the beginning that he needed to be counterculture. He had to go against the Pennsylvania frontier and the philosophy that we can pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps.
By 1960, a 17,000-member ladies' auxiliary had contributed $250,000 to the school. The library received some improvements. The seminary introduced fieldwork assignments to broaden the backgrounds of students. In 1948, the seminary board found no reason to oppose study by women on the campus. The annual salary of a professor was $1,800 from 1864 to 1913 and rose to $4,358 in 1948. Professor John H.P. Ruhlman became a major figure in the Lutheran Roman Catholic dialogues. Professors Doberstein and Heineken were other professors of note during this period. Our devoted late Registrar Emeritus, John Kaufman, Nancy Nolde, and others will serve as your guides.
One of the memories you may find surprising, the memory of working with the Women's Auxiliary. That group did marvels for this institution. The women in in the seminary were in effect like the ladies' auxiliary of a parish. Their leadership was tremendous. They were always coming to me in the 40s and the 50s to ask me, what can we do next? We finished our project, now what do we do? And usually in consultation with the president, we'd come up with some next project. And they'd carry it out and come back again, what can we do next? And this went on for years.
Into the changes that characterized the 1960s and 70s. Faculty member Robert Bornemann's contributions as a choir mentor and director and Middle East archaeologist earned high regard. Faculty became more diversified and ecumenical, and the student body began to include women in the MDiv program. Professor Emeritus Leroy Aden and others will share their recollections of this period.
One of the things that I am really thankful for now still is the kind of grounding I got. Lutheran theology, yes, but really for me, I think it was the biblical work. I had some fine biblical professors, Foster McCurley in Old Testament, as I said, Jack Ruman, Gerhard Krödel. It was an amazing time to be there and to learn from them, Bob Bornemann.